Hi, my name is Ali, and I'm here today in front of the City Hall in Burlington to call for an end of war against Iran. I think this is an absolutely crucial time. I'm Iranian, and my parents live in Iran, and what is happening in Iran right now is extremely horrifying. Over 500, even more civilians have been killed, and just the sheer fear in the civilians right now, as they're asked by the administration, United States administration, to leave the capital city of Tehran, as civilian targets and other targets are being bombed. United States is being dragged into another war. So I think this is very important for us as people who live in the United States, and to raise awareness to what is happening, and to make sure that we ask our elected officials to not get dragged into another war. And also, it is time to genuinely make an attempt to end the conflict in the Middle East, and acknowledge the cruelties that the United States and the state of Israel have been responsible for, and ask for, as American citizens, ask for peace, and ask for an end to this war. But I ask everybody who's watching this to please take this time to ask your elected officials and your community to make sure that the United States is not dragged into another war.
I'm here because, there's yet another war happening in the Middle East. It seems a lot like a repeat of what a lot of us, at least millennials, grew up with the Iraq War, where it was, someone said someone had weapons and then a bunch of people died because of it. It seems like it's just another one of Netanyahu's, I don't even know what to call it. Maybe he's starting another genocide. I don't know. In any case, I study energy infrastructure all over the world, and it's not hard to connect to the dots and know that most of the wars that are happening in this region are really just about fossil fuels, and jockeying for power over who has the most oil and natural gas reserves. And another note about how Vermont is sort of inextricably tied to all of this is the fact that we have the F-35 nuclear bomber here in Burlington. We're the first operational basing of this nuclear weapon device. So if Donald Trump decides, hey, we're going to war with Iran and we're going to bomb them, then it is likely going to be planes from Vermont that would be dropping those bombs. I don't know that for certain, but it's definitely not outside the realm of possibility. So, hoping more people will join us in this cause.
When I was a young child, my parents used to take me on marches with them that were protesting the Iraq War. And I don't think, I understood the entirety of the situation at the time, but I do think I understood that war is terrible. But, now at this age, I know that it's not just, war is terrible in general, but also in the case of Iraq, the president lied to our country about Iraq having weapons of mass destruction. And as a result, we went to war, and over 100,000 Iraqi civilians died at the hands of our armed forces. And, 2 decades later, it seems like we are on the verge of repeating a terrible mistake that our country made. It seems like Israel is trying to drag the U.S. into a war with Iran over nuclear weapons that we know that Iran does not currently have. And, I really would hope that we can learn from our mistakes and not keep repeating them.
I feel like it's pretty fucking simple. No one wants to be in war. I think I showed up today to make sure that people understand that the people do not always have the same opinion as their government. And as soon as we start, especially as Americans, Aligning all citizens with the thoughts and actions of their government is a really, really slippery slope, especially when America is currently also complicit in the same genocides and the same wars. I think it's important for us to remember that and to understand that there's people in every country and they're just as deserving of living without being in fear of being attacked or bombed in their own homes for any reason, but especially in a war that they don't agree with, no matter where they live.
I am here today because I believe that the United States empire has been terrorizing the people in the Middle East and people of color and basically all people of the world for decades and centuries. And I want to imagine a world in which people can agree that the way to disagree is not with violence, and I want to be alive to see a better day, because the streets of Burlington there's not a lot of energy in here in Burlington. We need more people. We need more people to speak up, and even if we don't know what to say, we know that we want to be here for the purpose of showing support for what the violence that we can see and feel, and all that we can't see and feel. So here's to the future in which the Middle East can rule and govern itself and have autonomy, and the world is no longer plagued by white supremacy and violence.